Hello from Bug Eye Guys, and let's take a look at the controls on this Champagne MGA. We just want to pause for one quick second and admire AN5L501, the very first production Bug Eye. If you'll be at the Audrain Concours this fall 2023, you'll see this car there. Very special to have the first production Bug Eye in a business and a building that's really was started by this second green Bug Eye, Gumby, my 59 Bug Eye, that inspired the creation of this entire enterprise. And so thank you, Gumby. But anyway, today's topic is this bronze Champagne MGA, and I'll show you how the controls actuate. Starting with this cable to open the door, it's kind of nice to have a car with no external door handles, very clean. We have a dip switch right up here for the high beams. We have the turn signals here. Now they only work with the key on, so we'll turn the key on. And this is a mechanical timer. So when you push left, you get the left blinker. And then as this thing releases the air inside a little chamber, it shuts off. So there's the right blinker. Here's the tachometer, of course, the speedometer. The mileage is 17,364. This is can you see it? The odometer reset stock is right here for the trip odometer, which is working. A lot of these are broken, but this one's working. These are the panel, these are the panel lights. And for these, you need the park or headlights on, so that's on now. And this is a dimmer, so a rheostat, so it's on the brightest setting right there. Right there, actually, you should be able to see it. And then it dims as you twist it, or you can turn it off. I don't know why you'd want to, but every one of these cars has the ability to do that. And so it's on the brightest setting now. You should be able to see the light. These are LED lights, which is a nice upgrade. Actually, this particular car, I should say, is full of nice upgrades like that. So he put in those LED lights, the builder who did this Champagne special edition. So anyway, this is the Keon. Fog lights would be this one, but it's not hooked up to anything at the moment. So that's an accessory switch. The lights are one pole for park lights, and hey, the headlights don't work. You have to twist it, and then they work. I've had clients call and say, I can't get the headlights to come on. It's a two-stage switch. There's a little keyway there. So you have park lights and then headlights. They are LED lights, and there's a wonderful relay setup to reduce the load on the switch. Another one of those nice upgrades. The fuel gauge is working. We just happen to be almost out of gas at the moment. I did fill it up and swing the gauge, and it's working properly. The boost gauge, of course. The horn is there. This is the starter, so we'll do that in a minute. The key, as I said, the wipers are one speed and they're working. This is a simple pull switch, but I won't operate them until we pull the blades up off the glass, because we're always at risk of scratching the glass. And on a lot of these cars that come in here, they have scratched windshields for that reason. So we always like to have the blades lifted to do that. We have the choke here, which you pull out high idle and then rich. But for today, we'll leave it in the off position. It's about 80 degrees in the building at the moment. We had someone mention this clock as a Harley-Davidson clock, which in fact it is. And if you're not a fan of Harley-Davidsons, I know it's not very proper. We could probably remove this and put on a Smith's clock or some other more British clock. But it works just great, and it's kind of nice that it's there. At least it's not working great. It needs a battery. But I'm pretty sure we can figure out how to, I don't want to break it, but I'm sure this comes off somehow to access the battery behind here. And if you want to get rid of the whole thing, we can get a whole new plate like this. They're maybe $30, $40. So this is totally removable as you like. Other cool things, the panel light. Hey, it doesn't work. Well, actually, by design, that only works when the light switch is activated, so that your passenger, this actually I think is an LED bulb as well. It's a lot brighter. Normally they're pretty anemic, but that's so that your companion can get in with ease. And once you turn the lights off, it goes out. So you have to turn on the lighting circuit to energize that switch, and that's in fact how the factory did it. Horn, I think I mentioned, but here's the blower, and this needs to be key on, you can hear it. So blower off and blower on. And then this is the temperature rheostat, in a sense that this would be full water flow into the heater core, which is behind here. And this would be shutting off the water flow into the heater core. You have pull to increase demist, which closes the little flap down there on the tunnel and sends the air from your feet up to these quote unquote demisters. And then you also will leave that in the forward position, so there's more air in the cockpit. And this also will leave forward for venting the cockpit. So I think that's pretty much it. It's a very simple cockpit. The e-brake. The e-brake is a fly brake, which is fun. You can pull it and let it off if you like to do that sort of thing and you don't have the ratchet in your way. When you're ready to lock it, you just pull it and push this up and ease it back, and now it's locked. And to release it, you just pull it up slightly, and that takes the tension off the ratchet, like that, and then it comes off. Now that's called a fly brake, very popular in the era. And so that's the e-brake. And then the shift pattern, this is an original MGA knob, kind of fun, but it's actually not accurate anymore. The reverse would initially, on a 4-speed, over and back. But on these 5 speeds, you push down, and now you're in the reverse gate, and then forward. So you're here, you can't get into reverse until you push down towards the ground, over and forward. Otherwise, you have first, second, third, fourth, fifth. So a conventional H pattern with a 5th gear up and forward, and reverse gear up and left. But you have to use the detent. So that's the shift pattern. So in neutral, we have key on, and then to start it, hey, it's a cold start, everyone. We're indoor. I have not been running the car, if anybody's thinking that the car is nice and warm. But anyway, you can tell from the driving videos, this car runs beautifully, cold or warm. And to start it, we're going to engage the starter here. And that's great oil pressure for cold. We're idling at about 1,000 RPMs. We're still just about out of gas, and you won't get any boost at idle. And that's it. Before I asphyxiate myself, I will shut it off. That's our Champagne MGA from Bug Eye Guys.